Here we are, man. Fucking live on a Tuesday night. Band all the way. You guys are from the fucking States.
Yep.
Yep. Hollywood, Texas. I thought you guys were from Montreal originally, right? But when I first started talking, I don't know why. And then Hollywood was like, no, man, they're from fucking the U.S. down in Maine, correct?
Yeah. Not too far down the road here.
Yeah, man. Fuck, you're only like 9 hours from us. That's not far at all. But we'll go ahead. Very special guest tonight. We got fucking Black Vinegar on the show, man. Fuck. Please introduce yourselves. We'll start with Nick. Go around, let us know what you guys do, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. My name's Nick, and I am the vocalist with Black Vinegar.
Give yourself some credit, man. You do a lot more than that.
Right. Every time everyone's just, I play guitar, that's it. I sing, that's it.
Yeah. No, I do some like management and stuff too, I guess, with trying to set up shows and things like that. But yeah, mainly the vocalist here.
Your turn, Luke. Oh, he died. Oh, he's back, baby.
All right, everyone.
What's up, man? What do you do then?
Oh yeah.
I'm yeah, and I'd say I have a lot more guitar.
Nice. Down to you, Eric.
All right. Yeah, my name's Eric. I'm the drummer for this band we're interviewing here. Yeah, it's pretty much all I do. I just kind of like sit around, wait for Luke to write things, and then write drums like to those. So it works out well.
Yeah.
I'm Brian. I play guitar. I also do a lot of our live sound and studio engineering and all that fun stuff. So yeah.
Nice, eh? So I probably said your name wrong, Black Vinegar. I might have said Black Velvet just because that song's been stuck in my head all day long. So I do apologize. But so you guys are all in the same area then? You guys, like when you jam, you get the jam in person and fucking be right there with each other, or what?
Yeah, we all jam it in my basement when we do our live practice, and then Brian's where he's like sitting now is where we do all our recording stuff usually.
Yeah, nice. Recording, writing, all that fun stuff. We mainly do here. You know, you can see the wall of guitars behind me here. So
yeah. I could see all the amazingness behind you there. It's always fun to see the people's backgrounds, whether it's guitars or amps or just their house. I'm in a hotel. That's why we have this artwork and a brick wall behind me, right?
Where are you at?
I'm up in Sudbury right now working, right? So.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm actually in Vancouver, Canada
right
now. So sharing the continent or the country right now.
Yeah. What were you saying there, Luke?
Say just like full disclosure, I have no idea where that is.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of far north, but not really. Like you can still go another fucking 10, 12 hours on the road north, and then you can fly even further from there, right? But Ontario's pretty fucking huge, right? People don't understand how big it is. Then like I work during the day. Like you guys have 9 to 5 jobs too, or is it strictly music for you guys?
Oh man, 9 to 5 all the way.
Yeah. More like 9 to 9, you know.
Oh yeah.
5's not even real anymore, you know.
Yeah.
The other guys too. You guys fucking all work full time, everybody, eh?
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, I think we all have jobs. Yeah.
Love seeing that, but I don't. Like it would be awesome if you guys just was able to do music, but it shows your passion for the music. You know, when you're passionate about something, you fucking go for it. You do it regardless, right? So we all work this fucking 9 to 5 job, and much as I'd love to be a rock star, I'm not very good on guitar, so that's why I talk to you. I talk to rock stars instead, right? You know, so. But it's always in your spare time. It's always that spare moment or that spare dollar you got. So to be able to record at home and stuff, like obviously you invest in the equipment and everything, but compared to going to say a studio and paying that price for your producer and all your studio shit, what have you guys gone either way, or is this your first experience with the band and stuff? Like, I know you guys are kind of new, but you're not. Obviously, you guys have all played before, right? But as Black Vinegar, you guys are pretty kind of new in that sense on the scene, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna like chime in with like a little bit of backstory about the band, and then I'll hand the man behind that makes the band sound good. So,
right.
So really, this project, if you kind of want the years, really started back in 2007 or 8. Myself used to sit down and somebody in his basement and just learning. So sort of after we, kind of had the bones down of like how to play guitar, Brian started investing in recording equipment, but the process itself. Fast forward, we've been kind of chipping away decade plus now, if you really want to. And we finally just really got a renewed interest in the beer. And story. So Brian, I'm going to hand it off to you. Apparently I'm quiet, so I will.
Louis, it's not that you're quiet. You keep on like cutting in and like jumping all around.
I was gonna say I cannot see the comments because I'm running on my tablet. So if you guys see a comment and you want to answer it, just throw your hand up. Hey, we got comments. We want to talk to the people, right?
Yeah. So I guess what I'll do is I'll try to give the cliff notes of what Luke just said. So, I mean, me and Luke have been writing music together since, what'd you say, Luke, like 07 or 08? So that would be like high school for us. We've been kind of
young
on and off again for a very long time. I'd say like the mid 2010s, Luke moved away. So that kind of put a damper on a lot of stuff. But now we're all kind of back in Maine, living in close proximity. And we kind of started this back up. How long ago would that be? Maybe like
3 years ago?
17? Yeah. We actually got rented a house with my brother, Eric's my brother, the drummer, if you're not aware. Yeah, so we rented a house together, pretty much had a jam room, and we started under a different band name called Facing Infinity. Went through a whole bunch of different vocalists, whole bunch of different bassists. And once Nick came on as our vocalist, a year-ish ago, something like that, we decided to kind of rename ourselves and start fresh. And that's kind of where we are now. As far as, answer your other question, like actual recording, I mean, to be honest, if we would have actually gone to studios to record, it probably would have saved me money. Because of all the ridiculous amount of money I spent on all my stupid shit. Well,
I was gonna say, always the invest in the equipment to get that equipment. Even just to play guitar and get a decent guitar, amp, pedal, patch cord. Now you need picks, strings. You're looking at fucking almost $1,000, even if you cheap out on everything, right? So to do it independently, like you guys have as a band, that's people don't. The average person don't understand how much money it costs to fucking do what we do. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if I were to go to a studio, or if we were to go to a studio to get the same sort of results that I can just do myself, we'd be spending hundreds of dollars an hour, or probably something like $100 an hour.
Yeah.
With all the recording and whatever studio time that it takes to put all this stuff together. So, yeah.
And it really allows us to take our time to, make sure that we can really craft the song. Like we're recording all the way through our process. So, once we have an idea, we're recording it kind of right away. So, being able to have high quality recordings, thanks to Brian, to be able to kind of refer back to and sit with and, personally, like when I'm writing lyrics and kind of figuring out vocal melodies, it's really nice to be able to just sit at home and kind of think through the song and take my time. I mean, these guys write really complicated shit, so I need to take my time and have my own time. So, that's, I think, a huge advantage versus having to have everything fully prepared if you wanted to be economical about it, to be stressed and go in a studio and make sure you can lay it down well and everything else. I think it really helps our writing process.
Well, like Brian was saying, it's hundreds of dollars an hour. Like when you go to a studio, like you better fucking first try, second try, you better have it done, man, because now you're broke. Like, how do you put out an album when you can only afford one song every fucking year? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So kudos to you guys for fucking making it happen at home and taking that time, having that passion to fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Nice to see you. Nice of your Caps to join us, Eric.
Yeah, they're as soon as I start talking,
Thanks
they
for
get
making
interested.
an appearance. I could tell that having that luxury, from self is a pretty huge benefit going down. I got an idea. You got some time to lay a track down. Yeah, I put about zero effort into top quality sounds from this guy. So hopefully you can.
Well, with you guys are very technical, as you were just saying and stuff. Have you guys like gone to music school and shit? I know you guys are pretty young. Are you out at just like music college now, or did it all just fuck you guys just love to play and that's how good you really are? Like I always wonder because I'm uneducated when it comes to music. I don't even know all the strings on the guitar, but I can fucking play it, but I have no clue what the names are or what I'm doing. But it sounds good, you know what I mean? But like, are you guys technically sound in that sense or educated as far as music like education goes?
I'm certainly not. I just make mouth right? So I just
everyone I talk to, they've been to college, they went to university, music degrees and shit. I'm just sitting here like, Cheers, my friend. I love you, Nick.
Yeah, certainly not me. I don't know about the rest of you.
Oh, yeah, I just hit things with sticks,
Took about
He's just over here pounding shit. I love it, man. That's awesome.
I'd say Luke and I, we did maybe 6 months of lessons when we were 16 years old, and that's about it. So
yeah, I failed guitar class. That means anything, right? You know what I mean? But
as a young kid, taking was probably some help, right? That interested in learning about the theory I did, and to be honest, I think that's what we all still these days.
Oh yeah, like Zach Wilder is a huge example, a huge influence on me. Even though I don't do solos and shit, but all he did was study music, learn music, and now you watch him and he fucking just rips, and you wish, but like you guys do the same shit, like without. Like it's so weird how music works in that way. Some people have to study and have to learn, and other people like yourselves and myself, totally, you just flow with it, and you write amazing music. So when the process comes with your band, like, do you bring a guitar riff or a drum? Here, put a riff to this, or you know what I mean? Like, how do you guys even come up with a collective fucking idea and put it together?
We don't. It takes a while.
It's just random noise.
Well, it's usually Luke will come up with some like ridiculous
I just want to make sure people can hear
that I
hear me
drums too.
out.
It's still a little choppy, Luke.
Yeah, you're real choppy. You're like delayed from your voice too.
Yeah. Have you got earbuds in?
Yeah, maybe try losing the earpods. Maybe that helps.
Yeah, just go straight to mic, baby. Let's do it raw.
Yeah, I'll have to rejoin.
All right, I'll watch for you, man. If you jump out and come back in, I'll bring you back in. No problem. So for you guys, then.
What were we saying here? I would say, like, as far as like an actual writing process goes, there really isn't a whole heck of a lot of one. you know, Luke is really the like driving force behind all the guitar riffs and all the kind of crazy shit that we do. So it really starts usually with something that he brings to the table. Usually it's just like a skeleton of a song, you know, a handful of riffs we kind of try to mash together as best we can. Usually try to throw some drums behind it, either just straight up programming it, or my brother will try to play something on a crappy electronic kit that we have right over there. And we just kind of go from there, like get a skeleton down, distribute like a pretty shitty recording to everybody, have everybody listen to it a whole bunch, and try to just find it from there. It's just endless refinement once we get that down.
That's amazing. You guys too can meet up and join up because of all the, you know, the last couple of years you haven't been allowed in no one's house. You can't do this, can't do that, right? But to be so close in that sense, like I've had a few bands, they've never even met each other. They just send each other music, fucking remix it and send it back and forth and release an album that way. But I love it because then when you guys get on stage, you have that connection. You know what I mean? You guys have known each other, you played together, and it really shows on your live shows in that sense. Regardless of your band, it's like connection between the people, right? So, like, have you guys have done a lot of live shows since you kind of, you know, 2017 when you were like, we're a band, baby, right? Like,
yeah, we've done what?
We've played like 3 shows as Black Vinegar, right? So Black Vinegar started in like spring
That's
of 21.
What I mean. Yeah.
No. So yeah, Black Vinegar started in like spring of 21. I don't know how many shows you guys did as Facing Infinity, kind of before I joined.
We did 1.
Yeah, let's say 1.
Yeah.
No, we have not.
It was 1. Yeah.
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 I'm gonna change that. So
there's Luke.
Yeah. There we go. He's back, baby. That'll work. That's better. A little bit. Go ahead.
Hopefully you can hear me. Maybe.
Yep. Way better.
Yeah. Poor MacBook wasn't cutting it, so that's going to bed for tonight.
No, I hear you, right? But you guys are fucking in Maine. You know what? I have a show in Maine in October. Would you guys like to play the stage in October 29th? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We saw that. I saw that posting. That was like our second show is in Harmony. Yeah, those guys are great. You know, we're a pretty new band, and obviously it's hard to find places to play with not a lot of material. Like we just released our EP, so it's hard to.
No, I know, right?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I know what you mean, though. Like to put on a full show in that sense when you've only got the EP and whatever out, right? Like it's hard to fucking convince people. Hey, I can do a whole fucking, 30 minutes at least. We'll stretch it to 45 if we have to, right? Like, but
right. I mean, it was before we even had that out that they welcomed us. So Bronson, who's kind of one of the main guys that.
The guy's my boy, man. I love that dude.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's great. So they welcomed us in kind of right away, and had a great second show with them.
Yeah.
So we're pretty familiar with Harmony and Knothole Studios and those guys.
Why don't you guys come? I'm officially inviting you now to the October show. Come and play for us. Come be on our stage. We're doing the fucking Canadian Halloween invasion, but I'm bringing like 4 or 5 Canadian bands with me. If you guys could come, that would be amazing, but that would be sick.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, at least to see the show at the very least, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, either way. Well, you've seen the link there, right? Like, if you guys want to play on the stage, let me know, though, ASAP. And I'm sure Bronson and them, they got no problems with what we're doing, right? So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything on the calendar for that weekend, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to check our band calendar. That's the only thing that we have to kind of. That's our certification process. Yeah,
I know. I put you on pressure right up live on the air. You play it, But check your calendar, see if it works, man. I can guarantee no problem getting you guys on the stage that day. So.
Cool.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, last time we played there was in May, right? So I guess it's been a while since we've. And the EP wasn't bad too. So it'd be good to do it return.
So, have you done other shows with those guys? Like, how did you end up meeting fucking Bronson and them from Thy Enemy, Kingdom of Nightmares, kind of the same group of people, right? So,
I think that's all. I mean, for Brian.
Yeah, so I've been in a few other bands, you know, within Maine over the years. The band I was in the longest was When the Dead Won't Die. And I think we played in harmony like 4 or 5 times, you know, between like 2018 and time left in like 2021 or so. So I had known them from playing in that band.
Oh, that's cool. I've heard whispers in the wind behind the stage and stuff about that kind of, you know, but that's pretty cool that you guys are still fucking cool and you can still promote and help. That's one thing I love that I've seen mainly in Canada, but obviously in the US a little bit, but not as much here, is the support you get from other bands or the other people, you know, like as soon as they hear your music, come play with us. You're on our stage. You're opening now. You know what I mean? Come play it. You know, like what's it like for real where you guys are then? Obviously, Maine's really good. I already know a lot of the bands from there, but like on your experience, what has the metal scene and stuff like been like for you guys as a band?
I mean, for me, you know, I'm kind of new to the scene and I haven't really had, you know, much exposure to it. I'm originally from the Midwest, from Wisconsin. So when I moved, I was just kind of, when this band started and trying to find places to play, just kind of posting on like, you know, State of Maine message boards to try to see like who would take us. So a lot of the, like, I think too, a lot of those bands have been around for a while, right? Like Kingdom of Nightmares, Thy Enemy, like they have a really good following and they are kind of a family already that's really tight. So
100%. Those guys are like, they're definitely my family, man. Like I fit in with those guys like bread and butter, baby. It's weird. When I first met them, I've had them on the show, I think more times than anybody else, whether it's Thy Kingdom or the fucking Thy Enemy, you know what I mean? Like they're always together. So every time we have them on, it's the whole group, fucking one camera, party time, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, like when we released our EP too, like, so Kingdom of Nightmares, for example, you know, they have this post that they try to collect everyone in Maine that's in like a metal band, and they're really good about promoting bands when they release something. I think a lot of bands here and musicians here really want other people in Maine to succeed. So everyone's kind of looking out for each other to make sure that, you know, they have visibility. I know Kingdom of Nightmares has like a playlist that they're doing too of a bunch of Maine artists that they highlight. So yeah, I think it's just cool that a lot of bands around here definitely root for each other.
I find that especially like in the northern states like New York, especially Maine, and then Montreal, even Ontario, or punk scene or metal scene, everybody works together. And it's something you don't see very often in that. You didn't see it before, you know what I mean? But now that I've dove deep, you know, fucking head first into the scene, it's like, holy man, this is like, now I have a family of 3,000 people. You know, like, wow, how did that happen? You know what I mean? Like, all I do is drink and rock stars, like, you know.
Metal's kind of a niche genre too, right? So I think when you find other people that like that weirdo music that you do, it's really easy to connect with people and create a community just from having similar interests, right? So
well, you guys have all been in a pit, and you know when you're in a pit, everybody's family there. You pick each other up. You know, if you see someone that needs out, you fucking help them out and stuff. Like people don't understand like how organized that chaos really is, right? But,
yeah, community in the chaos.
Absolutely. Things that I would say, you know, from the local scene too, just from our perspective, you know, we're one of the few bands, you know, our type of music here, and regardless of the genre, there's a lot of really awesome hardcore bands here in Maine, and various other genres. But we all off, and I would say we've had a pretty welcoming community overall here, and it's been really play with a lot of the people here as well.
No, I didn't even connect the dots. Like, you would know Bronson and Thy Enemy and Kingdom of Nightmares and shit. You guys have even played with them. I was like, if I known that, I would have invited you to the show a month ago when we fucking started playing it. You guys are right there in the neighborhood, right? Yeah, that's so cool, man. Small world, but yet it's so big. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that drop. Your whole world's that drop till you hit that pond. Then that pond opens out into a fucking lake, and then now it's an ocean, right?
That's pretty true in Maine as well. If you're from here, then it's small world.
I would agree with that statement.
So, your end plan, what would be the moment when you're on stage and you're looking out above the crowd, whatever stadium you're in? When would you be like, yeah, we fucking made it, bud? You know what I mean? Like, a question I don't ask very often, man, but I want to hear everybody's fucking, like, whether it's the Death Star, I want to play on the Death Star, baby. Wherever it is, man, I want to hear it.
I mean, we played our first show in Portland, and that was a big deal for us. So the bar for me is really low. Just being able to play in stuff like out of state would be amazing. We're just hungry for places to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. Like, it would be absolutely fantastic to be able to make a living off this thing. Fingers crossed, it could maybe one day eventually happen, but I guess
maybe.
We will see. All we got to do is keep, plugging along.
Yeah.
I would sort of echo that statement. It's tough to say. I don't have an extremely that particular venue is right, but I think enough to just kind of ourselves right and just do what it is that we love doing. And I think we're headed on that right trail, right? We started this forever ago, 10 plus years, 10 or 20 or maybe 30 years, depending on if we're still able to even pick up the instruments. Maybe we'll get there. But in the meantime, we'll keep jamming.
Yeah, flying to Paris, flying to Spain, doing a European tour, bud. Don't worry. You guys got the trick. You're on the right path for sure, man. It seems like you guys are pretty tight group. You guys understand each other, especially when it comes to musical, right? But go ahead, Eric, answer the question, bud. Where the fuck would you play, bud?
I mean, like, a lot of my favorite bands play at, like, I don't know, places like the Palladium in Worcester, Mass, like places like that where or like the State Theater in Portland. That's a pretty big venue. Like, stuff like that is kind of like, that's
that hometown venue, that big trophy at hometown, baby. That's where I want to be.
Right. That's definitely a good goal for like nearer term, I guess. But
yeah. So my only question I ask almost every time, man, but we have to ask it: local bands, man. Like, who else are you guys up and coming with? Like, who else should we be listening to and supporting other than Black Vinegar? You know what I mean? Like,
well,
I know there's go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say, Wolfshirt just put out an EP that's really killer. That's definitely one to check out. We saw our first show. We saw Slam Pig. They're a band out of Chesterville that I was really impressed with. I really like, stonery, doomy kind of shit, and they were great. Earth. I mean, a lot of the guys that we've played with there's a lot of talent here. I think Earthworm was really cool. We really like playing with them. We just played with Exclave and Black Box Recovery. Those guys were great.
Yeah.
There's a few newer hardcore bands up in Bangor that I've been like in bands with some of those guys in the past. I think one is Forked Tongue. They just released an EP that shit slams. That's some heavy stuff. and I think another band called Death's Hand. I don't remember if their EP is actually out yet or not, but I know they have something brewing. And that's shaping up to be pretty good as well. Nick, did you mention Earthworm? I know.
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
They're great. I love all.
I know them. I'm fucking keeping them a little bit, right?
We actually played with them in Harmony, and their guitarist Harley he got completely ass naked on the stage. It was pretty great.
Yeah. Why not? Depends on what you're doing.
One last shout out. Like I mentioned before, I was in a band called When the Dead Won't Die. They're from I think a little bit south of Bangor. I forget the exact town, like Waterville area. I wish I could still be playing with them. The distance made it really hard, but I think they had just released a new song that's heavy as shit, and it's pretty great.
Well, it's fucking very honorable of you to like a band you used to be in. There's always bad blood, blah, but you're like, nah, this band I used to play with, these guys, they're fucking good. They're still going. Check them out. Appreciate that, man. That's honorable, but
yeah.
But go on. Sorry. Just interrupt. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think that's I'm forgetting a lot of other, really awesome bands.
Oh, I'm the same, by the way. If you watch my show, I always forget, this band, that band, but I can't remember their name.
Yeah, like Frog is Wrong too is one I can think of. They're really, really weird and creative, and it's pretty cool. Like stuff.
Yeah,
that's one of the only bands that out-weirds us. That's for sure. In, like the best way possible.
Smothered Sun too. Yes. They're kind of up and coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're pretty solid. Yeah.
We'll be checking them out then for sure.
So repetitive because you guys mentioned a lot of really great ones, but one I haven't heard from in a long time, and I hope at some point. But the Extreme Beer Trio, I want to see more from that. That was an awesome performance. You're out there. I'm ready for more.
I think they're still kicking around.
These days.
Who's some weird shit that you listen to that you don't even tell nobody? Like, is it a fucking Madonna from back in the day, or like Adele? Like, what's your weird go-to music that you fucking don't tell no one you listen to, but you're listening to it?
There was a period of time where I was exclusively listening to Dolly Parton and Gojira, I think. It was like back and forth between the two.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. I grew up on Dolly Parton, man. I fucking know all her songs. I could probably sing every word for word at karaoke, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when Fortitude came out from Gojira, their last record, it was that and Dolly Parton back and forth 24/7.
Yeah, Gojira is awesome, man. When my ex there, I took her oldest boy to his first show ever was Slipknot, Gojira, Bobby was there, and Behemoth. And fucking between Behemoth and Gojira, man, he fell in love. Now he's a metalhead, baby. So, kudos to him, right? But
awesome. Great first show.
Yeah. What do you got, Rockin' Brian? What are you listening? Well, fucking Ziggy Stardust? What's rocking?
I don't really have any. I wouldn't call it anything I listen to is guilty pleasures, man. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm listening. I've mainly been rocking the new Between the Buried and Me album, like almost on loop for the past since it came out.
Which was a year ago.
Yeah, that was a year ago.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that a year ago.
Throw me after that. So.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a fantastic album.
No, man, fuck. We all hear music different, you know what I mean? That's why sometimes he might like a fucking smooth jazz, but you like the blues, you know? But yet you come together and play fucking metal, you know? Like,
I think
you
Luke
never know
probably
what
has
people do, right?
I think Luke probably has the most eccentric music taste, though, out of the four of us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah, man. I think if you've listened to at least one song off the EP Craters of Time that I've been, really getting into the band Lettuce lately, right? Like funky kind of jam band. But man, I listened to, it's tough to say, man. Trios that I love a lot, that I've been kind of getting back into. But man, I really kind of spread the gamut of music there. Man.
You like some, like Jack Johnson, don't you there, Luke? Jack Johnson?
Yeah. I listen to Jack Johnson about it. Hey, another phenomenal main band that I've been actually listening to a little bit more and more recently, the Pete Kilpatrick band. They're a little bit, but they're kind of just it's kind of tough to say it on a little bit, but they're really just kind of like a straight up rock band. They're from the area. They're awesome, and I've probably lived the past I don't know, several days in a row.
Yeah. No, that's sick though. Like, I love hearing the local bands and shit. Like, because if you don't help each other, like if you make it up a run, fucking help the next guy up. He'll go up 2 runs and then help you up. You know what I mean? Like, how do you not work like this? That's why I always ask, what are the local bands that you guys listen to, right? Like, let's give these guys a shout out. No different than you guys, like, let's do it.
Absolutely.
It's up to you now, Eric. What are you listening to, Ben? What do you got?
I've been listening to a lot of ABBA, believe it or not, recently.
That's so sick.
Not really
That's
eccentric or, Yeah. And there's a band called the Deer Hunter. It's probably my favorite band.
Heard them just recently, actually.
They just released a new album, and it's like pretty sick.
Oh,
yeah. We'll agree. Yeah. Anything else? What else you've been dabbling into music-wise for inspiration?
Actually, funnily enough, I probably there's 2 other bands I've been listening to a lot of recently as well. One, we actually saw these bands play a show together. One's a local main metal band called Five of the Eyes. They're kind of one of the only other, proggy bands to come out of Maine, I guess, besides what was that band? Oh, Last Chance to Reason. They're like, those are really the only other 2 proggy bands that I've heard of that have kind of like broken out a little bit. But another band I've also been listening to a lot is the fantastic Thank You Scientists. They are, again, a lot of that funk influence you're hearing already, directly attributed to them, I would say.
Yeah, I would echo they're one of my favorite bands in general, and I think if you probably give them a listen, you hear some in the song writing in general.
Well, I'll definitely be checking them out too. I normally go back through, write down all the bands we just said, and then I start, reaching out. Hey, man, what's going on? I heard about you guys through these guys. Fucking, let's do a show, fucking. But I think next year with Maine, with all the bands I've been meeting, Montreal and you guys down there seem to be the biggest music scene right now. Like, it's weird. Normally it's Seattle, California, they're making the beats. No, fuck no, man. It's Montreal, 100%. And then Maine's right there, and then Toronto. Like, it's fucking weird, man. I don't know. Like, how many bands do you got? Like you just mentioned, everybody mentioned a fucking local band, you know what I mean? Like, there's fucking 10 bands down there that are fucking playing cool shit and stuff,
Yeah, I don't think we have much exposure to some of the Canadian talent, but maybe something to get from you is a list of some of the bands that we should be checking out.
Definitely, man. I have a whole list I can send you for sure. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you guys are probably going to be on the stage in October now. You'll get to see we're bringing Dead Man's Prophecy, Last Dance Amongst Wolves. We have another special guest from Canada coming unannounced, but they're coming with us. And then we have Andrew Joseph playing and shit. Like, it's going to be a banger. It's a Canadian invasion, bud. So we'll definitely talk behind the scenes, get you guys on the list. Fucking, that'd be a great day, man.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you guys looking at like touring in Canada, doing shows up here? Obviously, probably, right? Obviously, Europe, Australia, right? But like for now, realistically, like, are you guys looking to branch out, like come up to Canada, say do a northern U.S. Canada tour, or what's going on there?
I mean, I think we'd love to. Sorry, go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, no, I would say I think generally, yeah. I think all right. So we finally like made it to a venue in Portland, right? You know, probably near vicinity, you know, New England area, you know, is probably a good start. But I think I probably speak for all of us, and you know, slap me if that's not the case. But I don't think that's out of the table. You know, I'm not sure that that'd be like the first thing we would pursue, but yeah, I'd be doing something like that.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I think Luke saying just trying to get into New England, and like we've only played in Maine, so
No, I know, right?
Yeah, we're obviously kind of starting out, but yeah, I mean, we're always looking for places to play. I think a big goal for us is some sort of tour, like some sort of regional tour.
Want to take a compass and do a circle. This is our area right now, and then we'll, you know, and then you put it on the wall, and the next thing you know, it's a bigger circle. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, if you got some venues, let us know. We'll show up.
Hey,
Absolutely.
We do have a couple up here and stuff. We're just working out our dates for next year. I know our July 24th show right now is booked, but our August show, fuck you guys, you're only 9 hours away, man. Get you guys, fuck, that'd be cool, man. But we'll talk more behind the scenes. I'll let you know what's happening. I'm trying to work on a venue also in Niagara. So that way, Toronto, Niagara, my area, you kind of can do a tour in that sense. It's not just one show, and that like you guys can do 4 or 5 fucking shows, boom, right? You know, and make it worthwhile, right? So
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that's next
absolutely.
year. Next year we'll have that organized and ready to go. But
awesome.
Anything else, man? You guys gotta fucking talk. Anybody should give a shout out to? Because I definitely got to give a shout out to Sam Bones over there. Dangerous Dan with RFL Records, man. We got Hollywood behind the scenes doing all our fucking accounting. Now our booking, like crazy shit, man. Awesome. But is there any like special people that you got to give a shout out to that should be heard behind the scenes? You know what I mean? Like,
the person that comes to mind for me is Lenny Vision. There's a guy that I don't
everybody nod their head. They're like, yeah.
He's great. I mean, again, I'm coming from the Midwest, so I didn't really have a lot of exposure and didn't really know where bands played or whatever. So I don't know why he does it, but he hauls his video equipment all over the state and tapes, you know, the sets of everyone, so they have something to refer to, like if they're trying to get into other venues, or just for people like me that are trying to understand some of the bands that are out here and some of the great talent that's from here. So Vision's a person that comes to mind for me. He does a lot of work for the scene and really important person for it.
Yeah, that's where Sam Bones, Dangerous Jug comes in, Hollywood. Even Stone Daisies with Ilsa and them over in South Africa that we teamed up with before in the past. Even Amanda, they're all behind the scenes, people that you don't ever fucking see, you know? Like you guys have the fortunate, your guys are on stage, people see you, but they don't see the people behind you that are helping make this magic fucking happen, right? Like,
yeah, definitely.
You know, I think from my end, and I might be drawing a blank, but I wrote that is where we had our band pictures done. She shows for us as Facing Infinity prior. A lot of really high quality work there. So,
huge shout out to them, man. That's what we're here for, man. Spread the word, spread the love, baby. Let's get this shit out there. People need to hear our music, you know, like, because we're awesome.
Willow Picks too. They do a lot of great photography for shows in Portland. Eric, I know you're closer to him.
Yeah, he was a friend from college. So yeah, and he just started to do photography, like concert like photography and other whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's pretty good.
Huge shout out to him for sure, then, man. Photography is an art that everybody has a phone. Everybody can fucking take a picture. Doesn't mean it's a good picture, right?
Yep, exactly.
Like, to get that actual photograph is different than fucking a picture, right? Some people don't understand that, but when you see that photograph, whether it's a waterfall, the band on stage, the way the lights hit, the flames are up, right? Like, that's an art, man. That should be, thanked. Thank you, man. That's a great picture, right? Like,
it's
in
hard.
The age of selfies. Well, you guys are on what platforms, man? Spotify, fucking YouTube. Where the fuck do we find your stuff? And my other question is, do you have merch? Can we buy some t-shirts or an album? Or I know the EP is out, but like maybe soon we can have t-shirts, a fucking record maybe on vinyl.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Yeah, right.
So we recently just released on Spotify, Play, and Amazon Music for streaming, and our EP is available on Bandcamp for purchase. I have a merch site up, but if you were to email the blackvinterband@gmail.com, we may have a few down here in the basement that we'd be willing to send out.
Well, I gotta say, send me a link and I'll update the title. I'll get that link in there. You know what I mean? And that way people can fucking buy your basement merch. I don't even got merch yet. We're still working on ours, right? Like, it's people also don't understand how much it costs to make CDs or say the vinyls or the t-shirts and shit, right? Like, why am I paying $25 or well? Fuck, man, cost me $20 to make it, right? And I still got to ship it to you, right? Like, but I find our metal community from around the world, people will buy your stuff, man, if they love your music. Like, fucking, so you gotta have it, man. You gotta have that t-shirt or that record or that CD, right? So
yeah,
that's the goal here moving. Kind of. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Say maybe vinyl someday, but I think we looked into that, but man, that's a lot of cash to throw around. A lot of cash.
Yeah, vinyl. It's crazy.
I think with our next order of merch, like, to be honest with everybody, I think we're like $750, right? Like, that's just to get t-shirts and shit to sell to people so they can fucking buy our stuff, like.
Right.
That's I don't even know if we'll sell a single t-shirt, right? Like, fuck, right? Like, I hope fucking people buy this shit.
Yeah. Build a following first, get a customer base first, right?
Yeah.
No, 100%, right? We've done some small custom stuff, and then it's sold out right away. I've done some custom sweaters out of Mexico, El Paso's, right? Fucking, especially through the north here. Even the south through Georgia, Louisiana, we've sent shit to, right? So we're getting there. Yeah.
Nice.
No different than you guys, hey? We're climbing that ladder, man. If I happen to be a run above you, man, lift in my hand because I'm lifting you guys up with me. Let's go. Let's do this. I love your band. I love your stuff. What you're like, I love it, man. Fuck, thank you. So we'll talk more behind the stage. You guys are playing October, like. It's probably gonna happen, man. I hope so.
Well, thanks for having us. This is an important part of the metal scene too, right? Like, having places to talk and promote your stuff. So thank you for what you do.
Oh, anytime, man. Like, I don't care who you are. You can be Metallica from fucking Black fucking Rain, like, it don't matter. Come on the show. I just want a conversation, I want to know more about music. It's because it saved my life. Like, it's probably no different. I know you guys are pretty young, but there's always been that point in your life where music has fucking brought you back from the edge. Oh, you hear that song and everything's going to be all right. I'm all right. you know, you step back off that edge and you fucking keep listening to that song and you keep going, right? Like, I don't know. You tell me. Like,
it's the only thing that keeps me sane, so I would agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke took the words right out of my mouth. Man, if I didn't have this stuff to keep busy, I don't know what I would do. Probably go
wouldn't be here.
And shitty jobs.
Yeah, I'd be in a fucking straitjacket or I'd be in the grave. You know what I mean? So it's as simple as that, you know. And so many people don't realize how important music is in their life. You know, it's weird. I don't know. I'm rambling now.
Totally agree. It's hard to define why, but it's important.
Yeah, exactly, right. So one more time, man, fucking, where are you guys from? What's your band name? Where do we find you? Fucking, let's hear it. Somebody say something.
Yeah. Black Vinegar. We're our first EP, Sins, is out now. You can stream it everywhere. Like Luke said, it's on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, whatever you like to listen to for streaming.
Yeah.
Like places to play. So if you want us to show up, we probably will. So
right away. Hopefully, we'll see you in October, man. That'd be fucking sick. You guys, if you guys are local or whatever, but your food, we're already, as the Boneyard, we're kind of supplying the food for the bands and shit like that. So when you guys get there, we're barbecuing. We're doing a whole big fucking thing, right? So
Awesome.
Well, I can't wait to meet you guys in October, man. I'm so excited.
For sure.
Yeah. But let me know for real if you can make it or not, and then that way we can let Bronson and them know over there and fucking get a spot for you guys for sure, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll get back to you ASAP.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So once again, Black Vinegar, all the way from fucking Maine. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I know, man. So bad to say, right? Here we are, baby. Live in the Boneyard, man. Play it loud, play it proud. Check these guys out. They're fucking fantastic. They got some shit coming out you guys are going to want to hear. Check out their EP. Find them on Bandcamp is the best spot, obviously. Help support the band. You guys are on everything else, but Bandcamp's, I've heard so much about, you know, through Bandcamp. That's where you guys actually make your dollar or two. You're like everywhere else, it's based on streams. It's based on this shit. We need 1 million views before you get $1. Fuck. Bandcamp, 100%, man, fucking all the way. So send me your link though, so I can put it up in the title, update everything, and then fuck, man, I can't thank you guys enough. Fuck, you guys are a blast. Anytime you got new shit coming out, let us know. You're more than welcome on this show every time, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having
us. Thank you very much.
Anytime, man. Play it loud, play it proud, peeps. We'll catch you guys. The next show is this Saturday. We have Raven Black. Woo-hoo, buddy, I've been working on this interview for a year. I'm so excited. But Saturday, and then we're that day, so already I've got to organize 3 bands to be on a stage and shit, and then do this at 6 p.m. an hour and a half before the first band goes on the stage. I have an interview with Raven Black, which are one of the biggest bands I've had ever on the show, man. So I'm like,
nice.
I'm like fucking on a different level right now. I don't know what's happening.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. But either way, man, you guys are awesome. Always, all day I listen to your, like, I check you guys out. I creep you. Gotta say, fucking, but play it loud, play it proud, and we'll see you guys Saturday afternoon, man, from the barbecue.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Thank you.